Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content tonight is going to make you smile ear to ear because the animal, the cute little pet that the big tech companies were allowing to really proliferate and do the bidding of Giffords.org, Every Time for Gun Safety, you know, all the gun control groups. Well, it turns out they're biting the hand that feeds them because Giffords.org is now suing YouTube, Google, Meta, Snapchat, Discord. I mean, like, the name goes on. And wouldn't you know that all of those have tremendously huge pocketbooks, and they're getting sued for a mass shooting they had nothing to do with. The animal is out of control. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think on this one. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And the content this week is sponsored by American Hartford Gold. I sat down with the CEO to talk a few things about gold, how it can tie in for you guys, and I want to show you a snippet of that, and then we're going to get to this lawsuit, and I can't wait to show you guys. Why is it still pertinent today? Because a lot of the tendency of people is to go, well, that's an older thing. We have modern ways to make money and invest. So what's the pitch to keep gold still relevant in a modern society?
Sure. Great question. And when you look at the money that we're printing and the rate that we're printing it right now, it's really just a hedge against fiat currency. It's a hedge against the dollar. Government spending's been a runaway freight train lately, and you probably notice when you go out to buy things right now, your dollar's just been kind of whittled down to nothing, and the dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. And so it's just a hedge against currency. You see central banks buying it up left and right. They're buying it at the fastest rate in 50 years right now, do as the central banks are doing. But it's just a hedge, just an insurance policy that people use against what's going on with the devaluing of these currencies.
All right, beautiful people, listen. Here's the thing. The gun controlling companies have had a advantage, so to speak, in pushing companies to do what they want because they'll basically put them on blast for not being gun control-y enough. Well, now, Giffords.org has put their sites directly on a lot of very large tech companies and social media sites, the one you're watching me on right now included, because they didn't stop the mass shooting at Tops Marketplace back in February of a year ago. Guys, you can't make this up. This is from Giffords' site themselves. Everything is linked. Buffalo victims' lawsuit against social media companies moves forward. Giffords Law Center is representing several victims and families of the racist mass shooting at Tops Friendly Markets in May of 2022. Now, this is so interesting because Giffords Law Center is representing them. Isn't that weird? Does it ring any bells about what we saw in Michigan last week, where Every Town for Gun Safety Law Division was suing the ghost gun companies or the polymer frame companies? You find that interesting? It seems like the tactic has 100% become just sue everybody because there's money involved. It's almost like their funding is drying up, so they want to make the companies pay for it through settlements and litigation. We're going to do a video on that soon enough. But I want to show you what they're doing specifically at Giffords Law Center. Check this out. New York, New York. Giffords Law Center, the legal arm of the gun violence prevention group Giffords, released the following statement after the Supreme Court of Erie County ruled to allow its wrongful death lawsuit on behalf of the victims and survivors of the racist mass shooting in Buffalo, New York, to move forward against all social media defendants. Wait until I show you this list. The organization and its co-counsel notched two earlier wins in this case, with the court ruling that the case could proceed against the firearm defendant, Mean LLC, and firearm store Vintage Firearms. Now, that's not new. They're always suing gun companies and gun manufacturers and gun stores. The whole point is to get them out of business. That's what they're doing. It's lawfare. However, they usually don't go after companies like this with tremendous law budgets, with tremendous lawyers on retainer, or even included inside the actual portfolio of the companies, or these size pocketbooks. Check this out. Here's the companies. Filed with the law offices of John V. Elmore PC and Social Media Victims Law Center, the lawsuit alleges that products from social media companies, including Meta Platforms, that's Facebook, Snap Inc., which is a subsidiary of Facebook, Alphabet, which is a parent company of Google and YouTube, Discord, Reddit, Amazon, and 4chan community support radicalized the Buffalo shooter. The social media products are designed, programmed, and operated to maximize user engagement and corresponding advertising revenue, and in this case, at the expense of public safety. So They're literally saying all of these companies are responsible for the actions of a psychopath murderer because they enabled it and they radicalized him. They radicalized him, not somebody else, not far any direction. You're telling me that these companies, all that happen to have huge pocketbooks, that happen to have the ability to settle really quickly, and happen to be social media influenced, it's just coincidence they're all there? At the same time, Every Town for Gun Safety is doing their law center against individuals and big gun manufacturers. Isn't that weird how all of that ties together? It's almost like there's an orchestrated lawfare attack. Anyway, show you a couple of the quotes here, because this stuff, guys, the social media companies have bent over backwards to help the gun controlling groups and acquiesce to their request, which usually leads into censorship or changing of rules at their behest. So let's continue, though. Lee Rome, senior litigation attorney, Giffords Law Center, quote, social media products are designed to maximize user engagement no matter the cost. This isn't the first time we've seen a shooter radicalized on social media, and it won't be the last unless these companies are held accountable for public safety. We're glad the court has allowed our case to move forward so we can seek justice for the victims of the Tops Family Market shooting. Translation, get all that money because they got huge pocketbooks. Here's the last thing, another quote. Social media has addicted and radicalized too many young people and led to horrific violence, as we've seen in Buffalo and beyond. We're grateful the court made the right decision to allow this case to proceed. Now, we will continue to work with our co-counsel at the Law Office of John V. Elmore, PC, and the Social Media Victims Law Center to obtain justice for those whose lives were lost or irrevocably changed in May 2022, and to hold those companies accountable to make changes to prevent future hate-fueled violence. And what do you bet that last little part right there is the cherry on top? They want that money. They want the companies to be responsible. They want the companies to settle, but they also want the companies to change their user policies in order to affect the desired outcome that they want through lawsuits. This is how they're going to try to cut off the siphon off all the information, siphon off all the information coming from channels like this one. This is what they are trying to do. They can't kill channels because they're following into the actual rules of YouTube. So they're just going to sue YouTube and Google and Amazon and all the different distribution centers and make them change their rules to put those channels outside of the realm of possibility and then report them. You guys remember at Happenstance, the Every Town for Research? That whole department, the director, they research all these channels just for tattletale effect. If you guys can't see what's happening right now, I can't help you because this is bright as day. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.